Hey scholars, welcome back from our break. Now we're going to be looking at week 16 for English Language Arts video number 1. And the first thing I want to go over is the spelling words, just so we get a reminder of what they are. Alright, the first one is mule, M-U-L-E. Mule. Notice that long U. The next word we have is fuse. Fuse. Our next word is plum. Plum. Notice the short U. And then we have use. Notice the long U. Use. And our next word is Doug. Notice the short U. Doug. I'm going a little faster because this is review from last week. I just want you guys to see them. Our next word is cub. Cub. And then hum. Hum. Huge. Huge. Must. Must. Notice that short U. Fun. Fun. And then these are review words. We have rope. Rope. Nose. Nose. Look. Look. Yes. Yes. There. There. This there means that is their toy. It's possession. So I own this toy. Alright, awesome. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on the vocab words in class, so don't worry about that even though you see it there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to read a book called Wolf together. And just because I don't want to, how to say it, I don't want there to be any audio issues, I'm going to read the book and we're going to go ahead and follow along. So, we have Wolf by John Rosso, or Rocco, I'm not sure. Alright. Okay, so our genre is a fable. Notice our genre is a fable. Wolf by John Rocco. Our essential question is, what can animals and stories teach us? We're going to read a different version of the story of the boy who cried wolf. So this is going to be from the wolf's perspective. The hungry old wolf was too slow to snatch birds and too stiff to chase rabbits. So he tried growing food in a small garden. Bah, weeds everywhere. There are so many I can't even find the vegetables, the old wolf growled, rubbing his empty stomach. As he yanked dandelions from where his carrots should have been, his ears began to twitch. Wolf, wolf. The old wolf fumbled with his hearing aid. Who's calling me? I don't remember having any friends on this mountain. In fact, the old wolf didn't have any friends on any mountain. Maybe they have some food to share. A mere morsel would do, he said. His bones creaked and his joints cracked as he slowly made his way towards the voice. After a tiring climb and 2 stubbed toes, the wolf came to a clearing. What's this? A boy with goats? The old wolf drooled with excitement. Surely he can spare one for a hungry wolf. Before he could step into the meadow, a group of villagers came clambering up the hillside. All right, guys, we're going to stop here for a second, and we're going to make a prediction. So I want you to write in the box what your prediction is. What do you think is going to happen with the wolf and the boy who's calling his name? So you're going to write this. This is all you're going to do in your accountability notebook. All you're going to do is write the prediction. And after that, I will write what actually happened. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video to write your prediction and then start it up once you finish. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. All right. The old wolf stayed hidden behind the bamboo as the villagers surrounded the boy. "Where's the wolf?" a villager cried out, waving a stick. "Did he take any goats?" another gasped. "What wolf?" the boy giggled. "There is no wolf." "We ran up the hill for nothing?" the eldest wheezed. "Call us only if you see a wolf," scolded another. The old wolf wasn't fond of angry villagers, especially ones with sticks, so he limped down to the nearby stream. "Kids, always playing tricks on old folks and old wolves," he groaned as he soaked his tired feet. Before long, the boy's cry came again. "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is taking the goats." "Another wolf is taking those tasty goods?" The old wolf couldn't stand the thought and quickly hobbled back to the meadow. The villagers were already there, huffing and puffing from running up the hill. "Where is the wolf? Are the goats okay?" the villagers gasped. "What wolf?" the boy laughed. From behind the tree, the wolf watched the villagers stagger back down the hill. "There's got to be a way to get one of those scrumptious goats from that trickster," he thought, "perhaps through a trick of my own." All right. So what do you think the wolf's trick will be? And you can use the prediction strategy to predict what would happen. So you can write this one down as well. What do you think the wolf's trick will be? Think about from when we read the other boy who cried wolf book. All right. Okay, I'm going to start back in 3, 2, 1, go. The wolf sat down to work out a plan and was soon snoring away and dreaming of mooshu, goat, and double goat dumplings. "Wolf, wolf," the boy yelled out again. "Arr, I can't even enjoy the goats in my dreams." "That boy is worse than the weeds," the old wolf growled. He stretched his aching legs and went to the meadow once more. Perfect. Not a villager in sight. The old wolf slowly crept out towards the boy, and the goats swiftly scattered to the far edge of the meadow. "Were you calling me over for lunch?" the old wolf grinned. "Wolf, wolf, there is a wolf!" the boy cried as he scrambled up a tree. "Quit your yelling," said the wolf. "Those villagers won't believe you anyways." "But this time it's true. They have to believe me. You're a real wolf, and you're going to take the goats." The old wolf knew his legs were too tired to chase down goats. He carefully lowered himself onto a nearby rock and gazed up at the boy, his lips curled in a smile. "The villagers are only going to believe you if you say you are missing a goat, and I can help you with that," he grinned. "Just one goat?" The boy leaned forward on the branch. "I'm a picky eater. That plump one looks about right, but you have to bring it to me, because if I go over there, I might change my mind and grab them all." "Bring it to you?" the boy asked. "On the other side of the mountain?" the old wolf said. "You'll find a small garden, just tied to the fence post there," and he started home. The next morning, the old wolf was overjoyed to see the plump goat nibbling at his garden. "Good fortune at last," he said. "Today I'll feast like an old wolf should." He rubbed his paws together. The wolf's mouth watered, and his stomach grumbled as he crept behind the goat. Suddenly he noticed something remarkable. Everywhere he looked, there were ripe and juicy vegetables. Baby bok choy, beautiful eggplant, ready to pick carrots, and even his favorite, onions. The old wolf, couldn't believe his eyes. Then he saw the goat happily eating the last few weeds. She saw him too and froze in fear. You ate my weeds, the old wolf said, but why didn't you eat the vegetables? Sorry, I'm a picky eater, she said. Please don't eat me. The wolf looked at the plump goat and then all the juicy vegetables, and back at the goat again. He sighed. Don't be sorry. You did my work for me. What's one breakfast compared to delicious vegetables for the rest of my days? The wolf smiled as he untied the goat. I could use a friend like you. Plus, double goat dumplings are overrated anyway. Perfect. All right. So, was your prediction that the wolf was going to strike a deal with the boy and trick him? So the wolf tricked the boy into bringing a goat for him. Pretty good trick. So the wolf knew he couldn't catch a goat on his own because he's really old, so he tricked the boy into bringing a goat for him. Now, what was your prediction? I can't wait to see them. I'm going to read them all, and let's see what you guys thought. Did you think that the wolf was going to take a goat by force? Did you think the wolf was going to eat a goat there? Or did you notice the goat was old, so he probably couldn't have done those things anyways? All right, great. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the problem solution strategy. And we're going to use this story as an example. So what was our problem? And we're going from the perspective of the wolf. Our problem was the wolf needed food. The wolf needed food because his garden was filled with weeds. All right, and what were our steps to the solution? So I'm going to go by numbers. So let's start with number 1. The wolf heard a boy calling him. And then after a while, the wolf tricked the boy into giving him a goat. And then number 3, the goat was at his garden. And the solution, now if we did some predictions, who would have predicted that the wolf was going to eat the goat? I thought that's what was going to happen personally. I was like, well, he was talking about eating the goat because of the double stuffed dumplings. But who would have thought the solution was for the goat to eat weeds? The solution was for the goat to eat the weeds, which showed the wolf's vegetables. All right, awesome. So that is problem solution strategy. So first we identify the problem, and then the steps to solution, and then the solution at the end. Usually the problem happens in the beginning, the start of the story. The steps to the solution happen in the middle, and the solution happens at the end. Now it could vary or it could change depending on the story, but for this, this follows the normal problem solution format. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some, if I can find it, we're going to look at some plural nouns, singular and plural nouns. We're going to do some of this in class too, but I wanted to give you a little bit of time to look at it. All right, so I'm going to write some words on my board, and then you're going to, in any space you have left in your accountability notebook, actually, scratch that. We're going to do that in a second. So I'm going to write these words: gas, cub, rule, lunch, glass, bunny, brush, and box. Now I do want to remind you of a rule. If the word does not end in a vowel, if the singular does not end in a vowel, you need to add an E for most of them. So for example, you notice how gas ends in a consonant? You need to add an ES instead of just an S. And then that works for some of them, but there are some where you don't have to worry about that. For example, with cub, since B is since you can close your mouth with B, you only need to put the S. So cubs. But if the word ends in a vowel, for example, rules, you only need to put the S. Now, when we have lunch and that ch sound, lunch, ch, we can't say lunch. We need to add that ES so we can open our mouth back up. So lunch as, lunches. Same thing with glass. And that one would look wrong anyways if we didn't add the ES. So we need the ES. But if we didn't add the ES, it would just be glass, which wouldn't be right. All right. Now let's look at bunnies. You know how bunnies ends with a Y? Well, as you're going to see in a video I'm going to put up, you're going to change the Y to an I and add an ES. Change the Y to an I and add the ES. All right, now what I want you to do is for these next two, write in your accountability journal what the plural is in any space you have left. It can even be inside of the prediction thing if you made it too big. Just go ahead and try that out, okay? And that is going to be where we end the video. If you have any questions, we will go over them in class. But as always,